Hello, my name's Dr. Brett Davies. What a fascinating question. Accountant approached me many years ago and said, Brett, in the declaration of trust before you buy, could the vendor, that's the owner, be the same person as the trustee, that's the guy that tries to buy the asset from the vendor, and same person as the beneficiary. The beneficiary is actually the person that will own it beneficially. And I thought, well, I don't know. Why would you ask that question? And he said, well, think about this. And this is why it doesn't matter how old you become, you must always listen to your accountant, because they're very wise and just people. So the accountant said, Brett, I've got a client and he has got shares in a company. He's happy to sell those shares, but it's important the staff, the people that work in the company, don't know about the change of the shareholding. They don't need to know, it's not a legal requirement. So let's have a look at that. The owner of the asset is, let's call him Vince, the vendor. And what's going to happen is that you will form a family trust. So another document you can also build on our website, you build a family trust. And let's call it the shareholder family trust. And you make the trustee of that family trust, same guy, Vince. The trustee has no power, so you make sure you remain as appointer, because appointer is God and trustee is a puppet. So you remain as the appointer, but you put good old Vince in as the trustee of the family trust. And Vince will also be the person, the trustee, to go out and try and buy the shares from himself. It's actually quite clever. So Vince, the trustee of the family trust, will instruct himself as the trustee of the declaration of trust before you buy deed to talk to himself about buying the shares. And of course, they're all the same person, so they're happy to sell the shares. So Vince buys the shares as trustee of the family trust. And you've got to, when you come to type in the beneficiary, in that instance, you put Vince, and then you put underneath it, there's a space for the family trust, and you put the name of the family trust, which was the shareholder family trust. So in effect, you now own or control the shares. You don't own them, the trustee of the family trust, Vince, owns them, but you are the beneficial owner because you control the family trust. Now, there are lots of good things you can do, and one of the most wonderful things you can do is telephone us, because we're a law firm and we can help you answer the questions. So again, listen to the wise and just accountant and telephone us if you need a hand. Enjoy.